happy alien podcast, my friends.
Seekers always ask why. Shut your mouth and hear our word. You dumb sheep, get back in the herd. Alternate universes, metal aliens. When does our truth of reality begin? The Bible says we're at the end. Welcome to to get truth and have some laughs. It's Conspiracy 101 school in class. Open your third eye, will matrix your ass. When does our truth of reality begin? The Bible says we're at the end. Welcome to
what the actual 9/11 is going on. A lot of people are celebrating. A lot of people are scared. A lot of people are worried. Welcome to the Happy Alien Podcast. I didn't want to make a Happy Alien Podcast because I don't think many people are actual happy aliens at this exact moment. Apparently, Charlie Kirk has been shot and KIA'd. I don't know what I can reveal or watch on today's show because the information is coming in as we speak. And I am a conspiracy theorist, and this is what I do. When events happen, we try to get information. We try to connect dots. We try to figure out if it's real, if it's fake, is it a hoax? Again, people are automatically saying it's not fake, it's not that. That's not what I'm saying. We're going to go through whatever information we got together. Whether you like Charlie Kirk or you don't. Whether you think he's a Zionist or he isn't. That doesn't matter. First off, prayers for anybody that has been shot or injured or KIA'd or anything. A sad, sad moment for anybody. But what the actual hell is going on in this world? It is 9/11 anniversary tomorrow. America is basically at war. We now have a Department of War. We also had a stabbing on a bus by a mentally ill person against a Ukrainian woman that's bringing in new laws and possibly new agendas. We had Israel basically announcing the ground game that they are going to attack Gaza and finally finish the job. We also had Russia attacking a NATO country, invading it with drones in Poland. And everything going on with Trump and this and that and politics and culture and immigration. And now we got a political-based YouTube commentary personality that goes to colleges, has now been shot and injured or KIA'd. I really don't know all the details. But first off, I have to thank the Super Chats coming in, and I will do that in a second. We're going to debate this. We're going to talk about it. We're going to try to figure out what really happened. Was there a patsy? Is this like a JFK shooting? Is this like the Trump assassination that many of you on this channel have watched me kind of show it might have been manipulated? Not that it was a hoax, not that it didn't happen, not that people were not KIA'd in the Trump assassination attempts, but there's bad actors at play. Now, we're going to look at this event with critical eyes during this episode, and we're going to try to figure it out together. You're going to go through my conspiracy-oriented brain where I listen to news reports and we try to connect the dots. And if you have any extra information, I would truly, truly be honored to get your information in Super Chats or in the live stream. Hopefully I see your comment. Super Chats will get priority. But when I start talking, I start talking. But first off, please do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. Consider becoming a member of this channel for early and exclusive content. And I do have donation portals on screen as I try to make YouTubing and podcasting my main source of income, basically my job. It's not a good job, but it has to be my job at this moment in my life. So I got donation portals below. You can do it during the show, and I will shout you out. I got Venmo, I got PayPal, I got Cash App, and I have a merchandise store on screen. And all the links will be down below if you feel the need to support and help a conspiracy theorist out. And if you like this sort of content and entertainment. It will be flashing throughout the entire episode on the bottom of the screen for quicker stuff. Also, if you'd like to pick up some merchandise, not only from my career as an actor and entertainer, we got some tinfoil hat, Happy Alien Podcast t-shirts and mugs, the 1.0 editions, before the new graphics and everything come in. Why not get the OG coffee cup, have some damn caffeine, while you watch Mikey, me, go wild on this world. We also got other merchandise there below as well. And you ain't going to see it, but I got a Nickelodeon slimed book with autographed photos available. Only one left. Get on it. It's autographed by me, and I'm throughout the entire book. All right, everybody. Let me thank Brent Mania, our moderator for today. Doesn't care about conspiracy theories. All he cares about is good people good fortune, good times, wrestling, and beautiful human souls. Gifted a membership to somebody out there. He also coming in with the $5, being the super chat master. I owe you a gift, Brent, from the last show because you were the super chat master. I'll get on top of that. I owe you a gift, brother. Microwave Bowers bringing sexy back. Yeah. I don't know how to act. Yeah. And then squared circles, squares that messes with my lisp. It's coming in with a gigantic donation. I'm not making fun of you. Any donation is appreciated. Be safe. We need you more than ever. Never give up. It's hard at times like this to have positivity through my fears, my anxiety, and my life. So we're going to go through it together. All right. Larry Jester's online. We got a ray of light, which we need in this world, is online. Another moderator of mine, a beautiful girlfriend of mine, and I mean a friend. Evil is real. You're damn right. Evil is real. And we're going to watch evil at play in news reports as well. Let's see how they spin the story of Charlie Kirk. I don't know anything. Here's what many people don't know, but I was supposed to be on the Tinfoil podcast with Sam Tripoli about a month ago. It got canceled due to various things. Then they hit me up yesterday and said, can you be on the show Wednesday morning, 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and I was on top of it. That's why I'm dressed like this. Because I was on the Tinfoil Hat Sam Tripoli podcast. I don't know when it'll air. I don't know if it was live. I don't know anything at now. But while we were talking about Hollywood entertainment, brainwashing, pedophilia communities, being an actor, about handlers, celebrity deaths, and other things of that nature, the information came in about Charlie Kirk. And not that it hijacked my episode, which is I'm okay with, but I got to get Sam Tripoli, XG, and Johnny Woodward, the host of the Tinfoil Hat podcast, reacting in real time to the information that was coming in. I was going off of their reactions and reacting. They were starting to watch the videos of the shooting or whatever has been released. But I was not doing that. I wanted to stay focused on the podcast, and I can't bring up computer screens. Every time I play a video on a computer screen, as you're probably going to see, my internet goes wonky. But we're going to try to do it. So I don't really know what happened. I don't really know all the details. All I know is what we were talking about with patsies and assassination attempts, and how now the entire world of political culture is scared now. There will be no more college events by Steven Crowder. There will be no more events of personalities like this for a good long while. And some people might be thinking that that will be the case. What type of gun control are they going to try to pull on us from this event? What type of gun control laws are going to come through? Because a political Trump MAGA personality was possibly just taken down at the exact time that Israel is going to finish the job in Gaza. The cleansing, if you will. Now, people call Charlie Kirk a Zionist because he defends Israel and everything a lot. I'm not that familiar with him. I have watched a ton of his videos, but I don't know. I'm not here to judge. I do not care. But if he is a Zionist, a purebred, whatever they call it, well, if there's an agenda at play, there's going to be a lot of sympathy and distractions from what's happening. And it's on the 9/11 anniversary. Ain't that some bullshit? You know, on the 23rd, people think it's the 24th anniversary, but the year it happened, you should never count that. You get it? The year it happened, you should never count it. So the next year is the anniversary, the first anniversary. So in my math, it's 23. 2 3s, 33. And y'all know what that number is in the conspiracy community. And what an event like 9/11 to have an anniversary, and all of a sudden, we got possible martial law, we got military National Guards in our streets. They're brainwashing the military to go against the public. They're brainwashing the public to have military guard in their city streets to supposedly combat crime. Now we got another assassination or an attempt. I don't know the true information yet. That happened right before 9/11. What are they distracting from? Is this an inside job? Is this Democratic people that did this? Is it another transgender person that did a shooting? Is it a Mormon in Utah? What is going to be the truth of this event? There's so many conspiracies and agendas at play. I have not been able to figure it all out. But we are at war. We are at a culture war, and we are at war. And they are dividing us every which way. Politically, culturally, racially, mentally. This is fucking nuts. And I don't know if I can show this picture because I don't have it on screen, but I took it on my phone earlier this morning before I officially woke up. And I don't mean conspiratorially. The news was talking about their jobs report and how many jobs they've lost this year. Or job growth, excuse me. And this was the photo. Let me see if I can get that on screen in a better angle. How do I get it on screen? I wish it was sideways. How do I turn it? Let me turn it to the right. How do you turn it? I don't know. Whatever. I'll try to show it. Regardless, I'll zoom in and see if you guys can see it. But look at the number they put for the job growth. Oh, you guys ain't going to be able to see it. U.S. job growth is down by 911,000 jobs. I promise you, that's what it says. The number 911, it says U.S. job growth revised is down by 911,000 jobs. The particular number of 9/11 on the anniversary of 9/11. This is some crazy stuff. Avail is saying that he is officially deceased. They've made that announcement, apparently. CoinDiff is online. Waivers online. I'm going to clear my head. Appreciate you guys. Brent Mania coming in with a super sticker. And I asked the question, where is the sticker? Let me see if I got some interesting contents. I don't know what this question is. I don't know much about Charlie Kirk, so I don't know much about his beliefs, to be quite honest with you. I was going to go live and I was going to do a Mikey's World. So Bandage Best, I'm going to take you off of this chat because you think that I'm exploiting somebody. It's an event that happened, and just like the news, I talk about it. So goodbye, Bandit, forever. That being said, let's watch a news story from CBS News about this. And this is crazy. I heard because of this security, it might have been an inside job. I heard because of the security, it might have been an inside job. So Trump can send in more troops into American cities. Utah is a red state. That's an interesting theory, man. We need to get into that a little bit more. I don't know the security detail at these colleges, but this was an open event. Unlike the Trump assassination attempt, this was an open event. So there's going to be camera footage everywhere from the people, the podcasters, and the people that wanted to debate Charlie Kirk. So as a conspiracy theorist, I immediately go to this event is real because of all the people that were at a college campus. I don't think they could have closed off the college campus, put in crisis actors, and did all the Hollywood special effects for this event. That being said, it looks and appears to be real. And from what I heard on the Tinfoil Hat podcast when they were reacting, there was apparently a lot of blood in the footage. We're not going to watch it today. I do not want to lose my channel. But there was a politician in the 80s that they were filming at a press conference or something, and then he took a GUN to his and did himself. And there was BLOOD everywhere. And that was real. And as a conspiracy theorist, we look at events, we look for the blood, we look for the clues, we try to put critical thinking all together to see if it could have been manipulated, faked, hoaxed, or it was a real event where they did hurt people, but they did it for an agenda. And that's what the Trump assassination looked like. It was a real event, but it might have been perpetrated by Trump and his people to get elected. And yes, they probably killed real people in that event. But they possibly had a patsy. And now we got to look for the clues in this event of that same exact thing. So it's really, really interesting. And it's really sad and scary because they're coming after political commentators, YouTubers like Alex Jones and conspiracy theorists and people like that. And this might be an even bigger crackdown on conspiracy people like me. It might be, because you know there's going to be a ton of theories out there on YouTube, on X, on Instagram, on TikTok. And now we're going to see how the news media and the powers that be come down upon all of us. Are they going to send, like in Canada, are they going to send people to my house to arrest me for making videos and commentating on possible conspiracies or these events? They did that in Canada, everywhere. Loss of freedom. They've started to do it on Facebook and other platforms like that in Canada. What laws are going to be given or taken from these type of events that keep happening? And you notice ever since Trump was elected, mass shootings has skyrocketed. His first term, they disappeared. Trump's first term, they disappeared. There was a lot of them in the Obama era, and there was a lot of them in, there was none of them in the Joe Biden era, really. But all of a sudden, Trump in his second term, after he was shot at, allegedly from maybe his own people, Maybe it was fake. But now there's mass shootings constantly. Is Trump in the gun control lobby? Is he in the NRA? Trump is making decisions a lot of us are not quite agreeing with, whether we voted for Trump or not. So I beg to ask the question, Trump is the deep state. And now is he involved in all of this stuff? Propaganda, mass shootings, martial law, military control, FBI? Again, this is not MAGA versus the Democrats. They're all in the same club, and we're not a part of it. And I gave out that theory a while back in Trump's first term when his vice president was Michael Pence. I think that's what his name. Michael Pence, right? Whatever. His last name was Pence. And Donald Trump's name was Trump. And if you believe in rapture, if you believe in the Bible, there will be, when God shows back up and reveals himself to take the people that are loyal to him into the sky and leave the rest of people that are disloyal and not believing on earth. That's the story of the rapture. There will be 8 trumpets sounding to warn people to take God into your life and that he has arisen again. So when Donald Trump became a president, there's a possibility he was going to be a president for 8 years. But then he lost to Biden. Now he's back in for another 4 years. So he's completing the 8-year cycle, let's be honest. And his first running mate was Vice President Pence. Think of the story of the rapture that I just told. Connect the dots. Trump, Pence, 8 trumpets will reveal themselves at the rapture. 8 trumpets. We had Donald Trump and Pence. Trump, Pence. Now in his 8th year, we are at the end of days, and Biden came in because he bid an end to the world as well. Doesn't mean anything, doesn't make sense to some people, but it's fucking interesting. And what's the vice president's name that he ran with in this term? Vance. How close is Vance to Pence? If you say it together, it still sounds like Trump Pence. Trump Vance. Trump Vance. Trump Vance. 8 trumpets. The rapture is here. This is the end of the days. And now what are they getting ready for? Alien abductions? Apparently there's a spacecraft out there in outer space that is possibly alien technology, and it's floating. Wow, this is insane. All right, Radio Odyssey, making shit up, Bauer. Take some meds. There you go. Appreciate you. I will take some meds while I block your ass. You think you know best? You think you know best? It's all good. It's all good. All right, guys. Let's get the CBS News story on the screen. Oh, yeah, there are radioactive robots. There's rabbits, sorry. There's radioactive rabbits. There's rabbits that have a fungus in them, and it's growing out, and they got all types of tentacles and stuff like that. I forgot what country it is, but it's like that TV show, The Last of Us. All right? It's like that TV show, The Last of Us. And think about it in this terms. If this is the end days, the last of U.S., the United States. Last of Us, the last of the U.S., United States. There, I'm making more shit up. All right, let's get this on screen. Let me see how I can do that, because I want to see if I can watch this report and try to catch up to date. Again, forgive my technology. I am not the best with it. Hopefully my internet doesn't go out completely while we do this. All right. Let's watch this special report about Charlie Kirk from about what, an hour ago, 2 hours ago? I don't know how special of a report this is, but let's see what the agenda is from the mainstream media. Was it planned? Do they have a script? What are they going to talk about?
This is a CBS News special report. I'm Maurice Dubois. Political violence in America this afternoon. Conservative political activist Charlie Kirk has been shot during an event at Utah Valley University.
All right, Utah Valley University. Again, I connect dots where there are no dots, but it's fun to do. UVU, Utah Valley University. UVU. What are they trying to make us? Battle each other, divide each other. So it becomes a boxing match, a political match of what? You versus you.
CBS News has learned a single shot was fired on campus toward Kirk. These are photos of him from prior events. We do not know the extent of Kirk's injuries. The University Alert says a suspect is in custody and police are investigating. Let's go to Justice correspondent Scott McFarland now. Scott, what are you learning?
This was a publicly advertised event by this conservative media icon, Charlie Kirk. It began at 2 p.m. on the East Coast, 12 p.m. local time in Utah. A public remarks, a public speech in front of a large crowd at Utah Valley University, an enormous school in central Utah. The FBI director, Kash Patel, has issued.
What are the gun laws in Utah? I'd be very interested to know the gun laws in Utah. I'd be very, very interested to learn the gun laws in Utah. Whoops, I took it off screen accidentally.
Issued a statement saying, we're closely monitoring reports of the tragic shooting involving Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University. And the governor of Utah, Spencer Cox, says, I'm being briefed by law enforcement following the violence directed at Charlie Kirk during his visit to Utah Valley University today. The law enforcement presence there is likely to include the FBI, and Utah Valley University has a police force, so does the community of Orrin, Utah. But at this point, we're going to lean on what the FBI and governor are saying, that this is a violent act that involved Charlie Kirk.
All right. Now, let's just throw out some other connecting of the dots. If Charlie Kirk is a Zionist, maybe he's working for Israel, like people believe, doing their bidding on their behalf. Wouldn't Israel, like possibly on 9/11, wouldn't Israel or Mossad take out one of their own to create sympathy, to create distraction, and other stuff like that? It's very interesting. And if he is a Zionist, as people have claimed, the name of his company is Turning Point USA. What happened in 9/11? Apparently, there's rumors that Mossad and the dancing Israelis were a part of it. There's many theories on 9/11. But that turned the point in America, where they created Homeland Security, all these new laws at airports, whatnot. 9/11 in America in 2001 was a turning point in America. Now, Charlie Kirk, if he is in bed with Mossad or the Israelis, or however you want to say it, he has a company called Turning Point USA. They're telling you exactly what they're going to do. They're going to be a turning point of turning United States of America around. And yes, technically they meant it politically. But now, on the anniversary of 9/11, that some people think Jewish Mossad or intelligence was involved, on the 9/11 anniversary, a leader of a company called Turning Point USA has now been taken out to possibly bring in new laws, and this is a new turning point in the United States, just like in 9/11. Will it be that big of a deal to many of you? Oh, it's just a guy on the internet. He debates. I'm sorry to say, I believe you're wrong. This is a huge deal. This is going to scare commentators even further. People like Alex Jones. They just outed and had an employee go after Alex Jones about a week ago. They are getting rid of alternate media. They are scaring us. They are fearing us. And now they are trying to get rid of us. 100%. They are trying to get rid of alternate media. Again, is this guy a patsy involved with all of this? I do not know. More information is needed. Like Johnny Five from the movie Short Circuit, I need input. But this is fascinating and very, very scary and alarming to me.
His remarks have ended as the violence broke out there in Orrin, Utah. Maurice.
Scott, best you can tell at this point, obviously very early in the investigation and the situation.
Yes, a ray of light. I did read or hear something a little while ago that maybe he spoke out against Israel. That's why this happened. Maybe he was on a short leash, and that's why this happened. Maybe they offered him something, and recently, because of all the stuff that's happening, he went against them. And maybe they came back after him, allegedly. That's what I did hear. That's one of the theories out there. Since May 5th, 2021, Utah allows permitless carry, also known as constitutional carry. Adults 21 and older can carry both openly and concealed, even loaded without a permit. There you go. That will now change, because if they're trying to bring in martial law and control us, you got to get rid of the guns. You got to get rid of all this stuff. Fascinating
situation, but it appears single gunman, single shot. Is that correct?
Well, the videos that are coming in, which we are working with our CBS News team, confirmed team to verify, have sounds in them consistent with gunshots, but we're going to leave that until we get further confirmation on the videos coming in. This is a rally of sorts. Everybody there seemingly would have some phone.
Come on, give me something.
Video, there's audio. In fact, to get into this event today, you had to acknowledge that the videos of you would be usable for Charlie Kirk and his team. This is a heavily photographed event, but we'll be cautious right now with the videos we see coming in voluminously.
Right. Very
from
heavily
sources at the scene.
Okay, Scott McFarland, thank you. And it does not appear at this point that anyone else has been hurt, again, as best we can tell. We do have video that has come into our newsroom.
It appears nobody's been hurt, as best we can tell. What about Charlie Kirk, you dumb? What the hell did he just say?
And thank you. And it does not appear at this point that anyone else has been hurt, again, as best we can tell.
Anyone else? The entire world has been hurt. A lot of people have been hurt and affected, maybe emotionally.
We do have video that has come into our newsroom. This is the event in Utah. Kirk speaking. A shot is heard, and then we stop the video here before he is struck, and he falls out of sight. And the people who took this video scrambled to get away to some kind of safety.
Now, let's look at this setup, kind of like it's been at the Trump rally. Look at the vantage point of him. I would like to see the other side of the area. Was this a rifle shooter? Was this a person in the audience? Was this a professional sniper? Maybe you guys know some of that information, but I'm just asking out loud because I haven't been able to follow it. But man, he is open. He is open wide. But again, who would ever think that a person like this would be shot? But remember, there was a musical artist that was on The Voice called Christina Grimmie. She did an event, and she was doing an autograph signing after her concert, and she got shot. Somebody walked up to her and shot her as well.
Obviously, a lot of panic, a lot of fear, and people trying to just get out of there once this shooting went down. Our senior White House and political correspondent, Ed O'Keefe. Ed, what are you learning this afternoon? And if not, what do you know? We can put some context into Charlie Kirk's status as a conservative political.
Okay, this reporter's name is Ed O'Keefe. Anything to do with James O'Keefe? You guys know who that is, right? Nick and Fent, hey, they are showing fake sympathy, the fake news media and the Democrats. I'm sure they don't care about the left. Yeah, I could agree with that. We have some laws in Tennessee. We have constitutional carry. I can carry open and loaded. That's in Tennessee. And now this, to hit someone in the neck from afar and not get caught had to be a professional. Remember, Epstein info was being released. Again, that Epstein stuff, nothing will ever be released. Nobody will ever get justice. And they had the victims do a press conference about a week ago, and they said they're going to make their own Epstein list. Well, I can't wait for that. But now that they've said it publicly, they're going to make their own Epstein list. Some of these Epstein victims are going to be taken out. And maybe this shooting comes off of the back of that stuff as well. And now anybody's going to be afraid to talk. I don't know. This is definitely awful. I agree with you, Waver. It's really, really awful. I mean, what is America anymore if we can't even speak our values without getting shot, whether it be by the government, by other governments of other countries? Like, what the hell is this? I haven't figured it all out yet. And then he calls his event the American Comeback. I don't know. I mean, kind of like the Trump shooting. He won the election with that shooting. Now, a lot of people might have an American comeback and start being like, if they took out Charlie Kirk, then they are even more rampant than we thought they were. So now we're going to have an American comeback. Interesting stuff to think about.
Activist.
I'm only going to watch this for a couple more minutes.
Because I think there may be many people watching right now wondering, why would we interrupt to share this information? Charlie Kirk is a 31-year-old originally from the Chicago suburbs, an incredibly influential figure in conservative politics.
He's from Chicago suburbs. Aren't they going into Chicago with National Guard now?
Find this for you to give you a sense of how influential. He was meeting last fall during the presidential transition with President Trump to pick cabinet nominees. He's a close friend.
And look at all those people. That might not be that exact event. Is that exact event? Let's look at the background with the people in the back.
He was meeting last fall during the presidential transition with President.
Yeah, that is that event earlier in the day.
Trump to pick cabinet nominees.
All right, look at the buildings. Do we know if it came from the crowd? I doubt it. To get a shot off to his neck, it had to come from one of the buildings. That's just my recollection. Again, I'm going through this for the first time, so forgive me if you guys know more information than I do. But look at these buildings. Clear line of sight to his stage. His stage was on a pedestal as well. So any one of these buildings could have had a shooter or a backup plan. Wow. This is really interesting. Really
He's
interesting.
A close friend of Donald Trump Jr., who was among those pushing the now president to pick J.D. Vance as his running mate. He flew with the vice president to Greenland when the administration was making that an issue earlier this year. And he's someone who has helped rally tens of thousands, if not millions, of younger conservative voters in this country.
That's at least a few thousand people there.
Gathering that was being held here at the university in Utah includes what's called a prove me wrong table, where he sits there.
I'm not getting any information that I did not know. Let me just forward and see if there's any information that might have come in. All right, here we go. We got some sort of emergency information.
Moment in the country to have a political figure shot in this way. But really, for those who know him on the right, it is taking their breath away as they wait for more details.
It really is a shock to the system. Robert Costa, thank you so much for the insight. Now, in a statement, the university said a single shot was fired on campus toward Kirk, and a suspect is now in custody. That is coming from Utah Valley University, where Charlie Kirk was shot a short time ago. Joining us now is CBS News national security contributor Samantha.
And another thing, while they show that date on screen, let me see if I can get it bigger so you guys can see it. But another thing I'm worried about is this September 11th, the numerology of this event is all in plain sight. Because think about September 10th, right? We're in the 9th month, that's 19. But September 11th, if you add all the numbers up, you add 2025 up. You add 5 plus 2 plus 2. That equals what? 9. Then tomorrow will be the 11th. That's 9/11. You get it? You add 2025. You add 2 plus 2 plus 5. That equals 9. Then tomorrow's actual date will be the 11th. So that's 9/11. Then the month is the 9th month. So you got 9/11 from the beginning. You got 9/11, 9. 9/11, 9. 9/11, whichever way you come. That is a numerology. That's as above, so below. From the left to the right, 9/11, emergency. That's why they created that phone number, 9/11. Because they knew they were going to do that event, and they wanted that number ingrained in everybody's head. And the number 9/11, 911, became the emergency number. Then it became the event, 9/11. Now, for our traumatic fucking brains, we have another event that will ruin our brain and our psychology right close to 9/11. Many people that don't care about Charlie Kirk or MAGA or this or that, they don't really care. But these people are the biggest people on YouTube politically. Now, we had a traumatic event happen to our brains again, basically on 9/11. Intense.
Vinograd. Now, Sam, what about security at an event like this? What would you know about the setup there and the kind of security that would follow a Charlie Kirk around the country?
Well, Maurice, it is entirely possible that Charlie Kirk has his own personal security based upon the level of his notoriety and the very public events that he holds all across the country. Because Charlie Kirk is not an elected official, he does not have access to, example, Secret Service like politicians and White House officials may. At the same time, the campus security in place would have worked most likely.
They're going to bring in more campus security. Donald Trump is going to say that colleges around the country need National Guard for our safety. They need more security. Wow. Guys, I'm not getting much information. This report is 2 hours old. Let me take it off screen. Let me see if I can find a newer report from a station that might give me a little bit more up-to-date information. All right, we got people reacting to the shooting. Viral videos capture. Dude, if they're showing it on YouTube on a news channel, am I allowed to show it? God, I don't want to lose my channel for any damn reason. But they're showing apparently graphic content on news channels. I want to watch it. You know what? I'm going to watch it live without putting it on screen and see what it is. It says warning graphic content. Charlie Kirk shot viral captured. Oh, they blurred it out. Okay, they blurred it out. All right, so that's good. I think I can show it as long as they blurred it out. Come on. The computer's doing that buffering stuff. Can I not get it on screen?
Oh my God. Go, run. Oh.
Wow, they reacted so quickly. Those people by the camera reacted so quickly. That's what a conspiracy theorist does, sometimes like me. They reacted so quickly. And the shot sounds like it came from far away. Again, you can't tell truthfully with all of these videos. But at first glance, these people react like they knew what happened right away. It seemed a little too quickly for me. Sometimes they place crisis people or actors or whatever, and they place people to film it. I don't know. That's just speculation, and I'm spitballing. But let's watch it again. And it's funny how it zoomed in right at the moment. Apparently, he got shot. Then it zoomed out right away to get the reaction. You got to question video footage sometimes. You just have to. You have to question it. Again, it might be lucky chances that they zoom in right when he gets shot, or maybe they were tipped off and they knew they had to do it. But right after, then it zooms back out to get the reaction. Why wouldn't it stay in for a couple of seconds? These are my honest to goodness first reactions. Zoom in. Shot. Far away. Zooms out.
Oh my God.
And it immediately goes to a building. It immediately goes to a building. And then right away, oh my God, get out of here.
Oh my God.
And then look at the guy's hat. Again, I'm not saying this is real or fake. It's just speculating. He has an upside down image of like a Satan type cross. There's a lot more meanings behind that symbol. And I can't say them offhand, but you can find something about the devil or Satan with that image, wearing an all black shirt. And why is he the one with a perfectly hat backwards up on the top of the roof with like an ancient image of possibly debauchery or evil or killings or something like that? Again, something interesting to look at, y'all.
Oh my God. Go, run. Oh.
Okay, this is more videos. We should have a lot more. Wow. And this is the suspect. We were talking about it on the Tinfoil Hat podcast. They said they got a suspect. It looks like an older man with a blue shirt. Can you call that a Democrat? I don't know. That's a conspiracy stuff. Is he a patsy? Why is he the only person they got down? Did they find him in a building? Did he have a gun on him? I don't know. All right, let's look at that guy's pants real quick. One of the police officers, do they have bloody pants right there? What is that? Did they get on the ground? Were they around Charlie Kirk? Interesting to know. Interesting to know. And if he was a suspect in a shooting, why did they trot him out and publicly allow cameras to get him, and then they walk around him and they don't cover him up? I mean, if anybody shot anybody in real life, people know it that live in the hood. They put you on the ground. They put a knee on your neck. They cover you entirely. They have 20 police officers around. But no, they just got this guy. We're just going to take you into custody just in case. We're going to take you into custody just in case. It's a Seattle baseball logo. Okay, but it's also a trident, right? It's also a trident. There's got to be a secondary meaning to that baseball crap. So this looks a little patchy-ish. Maybe this guy is the public patchy that they could blame it on. And wouldn't they have taken him out if he had a gun? If he's the shooter? I don't know. Too many questions. Too many questions. And look at that. Kirk was on a tent. Where's the tent? Is the tent below or on the opposite side? Oh, there it is, the tent. Dude, the shot could have came from behind. Look at that area. Look at that area. So many areas for him. I know he's not the president, so they didn't look at it with Secret Service and all that, but so many areas for a professional shooter to get after him. So many areas. That's insane.
You guys okay? Hey, what do you be safe? Hey, be safe. Apparently he's been shooting. We know who's been shot. We are here live at Utah Valley State University. I don't know if that was shots or if that was fireworks.
That's what they always say in these shootings. I don't know if it was shots or fireworks. I don't know if it was shots or fireworks. That should be on everybody's conspiracy list. I don't know if it was shots or fireworks. I don't know if it was shots or fireworks. All right, let me take it off screen and see a little bit of a different video. Trump says Charlie Kirk is dead after campus shooting. Apparently Trump said that. So he is officially dead. Charlie Kirk shot at Turning Point University. The full video. Yeah, I'm not going to click on it. Well, maybe I can watch it, but I want to watch the reactions. I'll get into all the details of the video later. And here's a video that was posted 33 minutes ago of Charlie Kirk and people reacting to it, I guess, that were there. Now, this is the moment where they might put crisis actors. If there's an agenda at play, they put in certain people to create the agenda. So, again, let's watch their acting or if they're real. And let's find out what the agenda is by their speaking. If all of a sudden they start talking about gun control and this and that, it got to raise red flags and alarms. Let's be honest, man. What's up, Heavy Metal Turtles? Good to see you. Good to see you. And Don Zamaggio. All right, let's watch some of these witnesses. And what's 7 plus 4, y'all? 11. 47th president, 11. 9/11, September, Charlie Kirk. Let's watch this event. Quinn's like, something about women. I don't know. Let's watch the crisis actors. If they are crisis actors, or let's see if it's real or not. Let's watch it together. Get my live reaction in my conspiracy brain.
Students, what kind of checks were there before people got on campus?
If I'm going to be honest, I had friends coming in asking if they needed tickets, and I said they didn't even check for my ticket, which I did get a ticket. They did not pat us down. I feel like I maybe saw 3 or 4 police officers in this whole environment of hundreds of people, I would guess.
You're right. This is my opportunity to get another job. Let's go. Let's go.
Which I thought was a little odd, but at the same time I thought, well, you know, it's Utah, which is probably an ignorant thought to think, but there was not much security precautions taken. There was none.
And you're saying you were 15 feet away from this.
Okay, the agenda, again, this is at first glance, and she's being probably really truthful, but the agenda might be more security. And that goes in play with Donald Trump and the National Guard. You understand what I'm saying? More security. We're going to give up our freedoms for security. You know that famous quote by Benjamin Franklin or whoever said it.
Security precautions taken, there was none.
And you're saying you were 15 feet away from the stage. You were up close and personal with Charlie. When he was speaking, did it sound And I'm no worries if you don't, you might, but did it sound like the shot came from behind?
Yes. It sounded exactly from behind.
She immediately knew. So she's a professional.
It sounded exactly from behind us, and that's why I was so worried, and I looked, but I couldn't find anything. But you could also see, obviously, from the way that the blood just, it definitely was from behind.
Is she getting emotional?
In front of him.
Okay, they blurred it out. Thank goodness. I was afraid that they're going to show
You guys all get down. Describe the moment you guys tried to escape.
I just saw everybody running, and I ran in, like...
They do not want me to air any of this.
The second people started getting up, I'm like, I don't want to be left here alone. I didn't want to get up. I wanted to stay there because but I also knew I needed cover in case. And so I just started leaving with everybody, and all I could think is like, is he dead? Is he dead?
I don't know why the video is not showing. Maybe there's no more video.
And I'm just thinking, I just saw somebody die. I didn't even call my family until like 20 minutes after because I couldn't stop crying. I was like hyperventilating and seeing like people just freaking out because I couldn't stop crying.
Oh, I'm not getting any video for some reason. Let me refresh it, take it off screen. Sorry about that, guys. Like, my YouTube is not working. They're coming after me. It is showing no video. But it is in the thumbnail or in whatever. It's just showing no freaking video. Why is that? Why is it showing no video?
Having such a hard time. It's just, oh my gosh. But it was beautiful the way that we all came together, like people praying over one another, people loving one another, people asking for okay.
Okay, I'm always freaked out when all of a sudden they say it was beautiful or this or that, the way we all came together. And, you know, I forgive the shooter. I forgive the shooter, you know, immediately. Whenever I hear that type of stuff, that's a little bit scary. Guys, I don't know why it's not showing you any images. So let me get off that. It's not allowing me to show it. My apologies. For whatever reason, it's not allowing me to show it. I wanted to watch reactions and hear more of it. Every time I refresh it, my internet goes out even more. Let me write reactions. See what happens. Charlie. Trump, Vance, others react to the shooting. Candace Owens reacts to the shooting. All right, I want to hear what Candace has to say. I like Candace Owens. They might come after her next because she's one of the ones. Yeah, there's no video showing. There is no video is showing on my YouTube page. Not at all. Wow, that's crazy. No videos are showing on my YouTube page. I can only hear it. Let me get out of there and log back in again and see if it shows. Okay, I think we might have gotten it back. I want to see Candace Owens' reaction. All right, now let me see if I can get it on screen. Share the screen. Candace Owens. What's up, Search One? Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. All right. Let's get Candace Owens on screen and see her reaction. because she's one of the ones that is going after Jewish or Zionism, and they might be coming after her too.
Terrifying moment unfolded during Charlie Kirk's event at Utah Valley University, where the conservative commentator was reportedly shot during his live appearance. While details are still developing, we now know that Charlie was struck during what seemed to be a targeted attack in the middle of his speech. Emergency services responded quickly, and reports confirm that he is currently in stable condition at a local hospital. In the immediate aftermath, one of Kirk's closest allies and friends, Candace Owens, took to social media to express her heartbreak and urgency. Everyone, please stop what you are doing and pray for Charlie Kirk, please. You could feel how shaken she was, not just as a political ally, but as someone who truly considers Charlie a friend. And honestly, no matter where you fall politically, a situation like this is horrifying. A shooting at a public event is something that shakes everybody, especially when it's a recognizable public figure.
I thought she was speaking on camera, but she's not going to do that for a while. Let me see if I can get some other YouTube videos to watch. Let's see if I can go back to that reaction video. So they're officially calling it an assassination. Apparently, according to Fox News, authorities give update on Charlie Kirk's assassination. Now, for the next 3 or 4 days, they're going to trump out a daily press briefing about this. So let me write. Yeah, I wanted to watch a couple of reactions. I want to go back to that video. People are celebrating it, of course. Idiot people are celebrating it. Now, is Donald Trump and all these people going to go after people celebrating it? You know, like they did in Canada or something like that? Apparently, they're holding a press conference. Apparently, they're holding a press conference live right now. All right, let's...
To ask ourselves, is this it? Is this what 250 years has wrought on us? I pray that that's not the case. I pray that those who hated what Charlie Kirk stood for.
I can't hear it. Have you guys noticed that Donald Trump, in all his American flags, with the eagle, he has the eagle with the missiles or the weapons as declaring we're at war, instead of the flowers that convey peace? Every flag in the White House, whenever Donald Trump is speaking, it has the eagle specifically on the war image, on the war image. Oh my goodness. Nothing is playing. The internet is loaded with thousands of people today, and nothing seems to be working. All right, 48 minutes ago, this is the same guy that was having students react to the Charlie Kirk, as this is the same reporter. Let's watch this reporter and these people react. What's up, Idiocracy? Good to see you. Rebel Raider, you're completely correct. Perhaps we toned down the rhetoric a bit. I don't know what you mean, Michaela, but good to see you, Michaela. The eagle holding arrows has been the imagery since the founding of this country. No, but sometimes they show the flag and you can see both the flowers and the weapons in the eagle's mouth or in the eagle's hands. But what I'm talking about is they turn the flower image and it's not shown. Every time Donald Trump is in front of a flag, they purposefully make the image of the eagle and the weapons in his hand forefront, is what I'm trying to say. And there's been a lot of events where you could see both of the images. but they purposely took away the flower image of the eagle in his hand because Donald Trump is a president in his mind at war. So he told them, and this is speculation, but every flag, when it's shown on screen or in the White House or wherever he's doing a press conference, has to have the wartime eagle. Not the flower eagle, the peacetime eagle, the wartime eagle. That's what I meant, Idiocracy. Politicians saying we're going to war with other Americans isn't good discussion. Who was the politician saying that? I didn't know if you were asking us to tone down the rhetoric, Michaela, or them. Ezra coming in with some knowledge. Charlie Kirk is like Calvin Klein. Is CK or 311 Back to the Future. Interesting. Part 1, Marty McFly 33 is 311. That's true. 3 times 11, 33. Marty says he learned the shot at 7/11, September 11th. Yeah, there's 9/11 references all throughout Back to the Future. All right, let's watch this same reporter get more reactions from students.
From all over the state, all over the country. Governor Spencer Cox shared a short time ago on social media, I'm being briefed by law enforcement following the violence directed at Charlie Kirk during his visit to Utah Valley University today. We will continue to share updates. Those responsible will be held fully accountable. Violence has no place in our public life. And this is the man, the governor, who goes on the road and talks about disagree better and spreads the message about simmering down the political rhetoric. And no doubt a conversation we will be revisiting here the hours, the days, the weeks ahead.
I cannot wait to get on the conspiracy websites that are out there on the, what's it called, the dark web, where you can start to watch some of these videos and find out what really happened. Normally the mainstream media, they just have pre-programmed speech.
Bayan, we appreciate the information. I want you to stand by for just a moment because I know we have an interview with a witness who was there over the internet right now. Her name is Aubrey, a student at Utah Valley University, I understand. Aubrey, if you can hear us, tell us where you were. Were you inside the auditorium at the time of the shooting?
Yes, I was. I was
in the auditorium,
gathered around with everyone, watching him.
They were not in an auditorium. I guess you can call that area with all the buildings in auditorium, but it had no roof that I know of. So I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of auditorium differently.
Conversations with people.
Tell me how things played out from your perspective and where you were seated in relation to the stage and where Charlie Kirk was speaking.
So I was tiers in the amphitheater, and I was on the 3rd tier. Having a discussion.
So now it's an amphitheater? First it was a auditorium, now it's an amphitheater. All right.
About transgender people.
Oh, is that what he was speaking about? Is the shooter a transgender? Uh-oh, come on. What a
transgender people.
What is she saying? He was speaking about transgenders? Oh my goodness.
And he was having a discussion about transgender people. And
that is such a weird red flag, y'all. That is, if that's true, like I said, you don't know who to trust, who to believe. But there's been a lot of shootings or mass shootings, and they've said they've been gender ideology people or transgenders or whatever the case. And right at the moment Charlie Kirk was talking about transgenders, then he gets shot. So somebody, again, was waiting for that exact moment because they're like, if he talks about transgenders one more freaking time, I'm coming out, I'm gonna get him. I'm holding out. That's interesting. Very, very scary. No, I'm speaking about how politicians call it war. We must fight, and we must fight. Trump tweeting about bringing war to Chicago, stuff like that. I got you. I got you, Michaela. Yeah, everything's war. Unfortunately, even as a football fan, the players say, we're going to war. I got you. I got you. What's up, 405 Cowboy? Man, I was live on the Tinfoil Hat Sam Tripoli show when this information came down, so I decided to do a live stream. You know, I was going to do a Mikey's World, talk about my fantasy football teams, but I just figured, like, this is scary, sad, interesting, and this goes right down my conspiracy alley.
And school shootings. And he was commenting about mass shootings, and he was shot in the neck.
Wow. You see, with information like that, I start to go to crisis actors. Because she had the perfect information. They called it an auditorium, an amphitheater. She knew exactly where she was. She was on the third tier, 33, third tier. Then she goes, he was talking about transgenders. And also, he was talking about, what else did she just say? I forgot it. But it's just interesting.
Mass shootings, and he was shot in the neck.
Oh, and he was talking about transgenders and mass shootings, because apparently transgenders has done mass shootings recently, and at that exact moment he gets shot. Ain't that a predicament?
He was in the process of talking about mass shootings when the bullet hit him. And
yes.
What did that sound like when the shot?
YouTube is doing what YouTube does. This is so crazy. Look, I'm not creating a divide, no, Nick. This is not Democrats versus Republicans, if that's what you guys want to make it. That's not what I'm making it. This is some other bigger agenda that a lot of us do not have a true understanding of. Okay, this is not reality. This is the Matrix. This is a simulation. This is something. This is not the same world it was yesterday as it is today. Our world is changing in every facet. And as Hammerhead said, this is crazy. This entire event and all this. End of times, book of Revelation. Yeah, this is wild stuff and sad stuff for anybody that gets shot or loses their life for political speech, if that's what you want to call it, or conspiracy theory speech.
Was fired. And could you tell where it came from?
It came from behind me. I believe it came from one of the upper buildings.
This girl is just giving all the information the news media wants. I was on tier 3. It came from behind. He was talking about mass shootings. Bitch, were you programmed with bullet points? Were you programmed with bullet fucking points? Come on, girl. And you're at home? You think they would keep people at the auditorium or amphitheater or whatever the fuck it's called and check them out and get their history for a little while. But immediately you're at home a couple hours later, which is probably truthful. But you got all the fucking bullet points, girl. You got all the bullet points. Are you going to become a media reporter after this? Is this your first shot at fame? Is this your David Hogg moment? Is this your David Hogg moment? And thank you, Nick. Crow Nick. I read what you said.
It wasn't very loud. It sounded almost like fireworks. So at first, I didn't think it was real, and a lot of the people around me didn't realize what was going on either.
You are
my friend texted me. Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to watch the uncensored video. From what I heard about, I believe it's real. I heard there was a lot of BLOD. And again, I referenced the political shooting of the guy KIAing himself in the 80s, that politician, while live on a broadcast, does himself. That cannot be faked. Or could they? They do have masks nowadays. Look, I'll be honest, I don't know what's real or fake anymore. But we're just going through the information together. Right now, we're possibly watching a bullet point David Fogg CIA media agent at play right now. We might be watching that.
Part of a generation that has grown up with school shootings and the knowledge that something like this could happen at any time. The fact,
you know what? They can label this as a school shooting because it was a shooting at a school.
that a shooting happened where you were today, how do you begin to process that? It must be so raw for you right now.
Yeah, it really is. It was really, really scary because the shooting happened and everyone around me just fell on the ground, and I've never experienced anything like that before. I've never felt so unsafe and unsure.
Yeah.
Boy, she is adding those bullet points words, and she started to act a little bit when he asked her, how are you feeling? That's my moment. That's my moment. Let me see if I could bring on the tears. Am I a perfect actor? Allegedly. That's my moment. And then she's like, oh, she has all the perfect bullet points.
Anything like that before. I've never felt so unsafe.
Unsafe, unsure, untoward, unreliving, tier 3. The bullet came from behind. Again, I question people like this. Or maybe she's just that intelligent.
I've never felt so.
Watch how he leads her with his question.
And everyone around me. As the shooting happened and everyone around me just fell on the ground, and I've never experienced anything like that before. I've never felt so unsafe and unsure.
Yeah.
Watch how he leads her.
When you were in high school, I mean, did you have shooting drills in class when you were younger?
Yes, all through elementary school, middle school, high school, I've always had shooting drills and lockdown drills.
Did you think back to those when you were in the situation today? Did any of those memories come back to you?
Not really, just because this was so real and so different, and I was just out in the open, right?
Yeah, Larry, that's what I was asking. That was the video. Was it worse than the one of the senator who shot himself on TV? I was eating SpaghettiOs or something when I saw that video. Yeah. That's an insane video.
Where it was happening.
Mm-hmm. How long did it take you to leave the area and get to a safe place?
33 minutes.
Probably about a minute. I was laying on the ground for 45 seconds maybe, and then I just ran to the nearest building.
Yeah. And you checked in with your friends, with your family, you let them know that you're okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was alone at the Charlie Kirk discussion, but I found a friend from high school, and so that helped calm me down a lot, and I called my mom and made sure I was doing all right. Everyone made sure I was okay.
She looked at her mom there, you could tell.
Is she in the room with you?
Yeah, my mom's with me right now.
If she wants to join, I'd love to ask.
Is that duping delight? Is that duping delight? Why are you smiling and laughing? It's a serious event. Come on.
Ask her some questions.
Yeah, she would love to.
Okay. Hi, Mom. What's your name?
My name is Carrie.
Carrie, when did you get word that something like this happened today, when the shooting happened? How did you get word, and what was that like for you as a parent?
The first thing that I heard was from Aubrey. It was a phone call right from Aubrey. I think that she called me almost immediately after it happened.
All right. I don't know how much more of this I can stomach. It's just nothing new, nothing interesting. Dupers for real. There's a lot of those out there, man. You know what that is, right, Kronick? You know. Let me get this off screen. Let me see if there's any other interesting videos that came out. I also ordered food from Instacart, so they might start to do the delivery while I'm doing the show. And you guys remember what happened last time I was doing a live show and my food was being delivered? They overcharged me like 3 times. They shut down the facility. Like, it was insane. Lawmakers react to Charlie Cook shooting. Oh, that's probably what Michaela was talking about when the politicians are talking about how we're at war. Senators react. Californians at Nixon Library react to the Charlie Kirk shooting in the library. They had to go to the Richard Nixon Presidential Library. So apparently he did die. All right, let me just watch this thing. This was a report from about 45 minutes ago. I guess it's official. He is dead. Maybe he wanted out. Maybe he did a Tupac.
News that is coming to us from President Trump. President Trump says that Charlie Kirk has died. He posted on his Truth Social platform just in the last few moments to say the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, says the president. And now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family.
That's interesting, guys. You think that company Turning USA, you think that company will be bought by Donald Trump and his associates or the government? You think they're going to turn Turning Point USA into an actual turning point for the Donald Trump revolution, the military, the National Guard, for security? It's just interesting shit that they always bring, you know, whenever there's a tragedy, they can always bring in new laws and new this and new that, and they can use the tragedy or whatever as an excuse to bring in the laws.
Charlie, we love you. That a post from President Donald Trump on Truth Social, and our panel are with us.
And it's funny because Donald Trump tweeted earlier when apparently Russia sent drones to Poland, a NATO country. Donald Trump wrote somewhere, he goes, "Here we go, here we go." And now this. This is some scary shit, y'all.
Here, Democratic
never let a
strategist
good
Roy
crisis
Cheney
go
and
to waste.
Republican
That's exactly
strategist
it.
Matthew Bartlett. Matthew, this is really quite shocking news. A very young man, just age 31, with a young family. The president confirming that he has been shot and killed.
Yeah, could words escape you? This is just a horrible, horrible, tragic situation. Again, a young man.
All
a
right,
young
they're just going to reiterate the same shit for 12 minutes. It's a horrible situation. It's, you know, he was shot at Utah, blah, blah, blah. That's what they're going to do. That's what they are going to do. Let's see if I can get this on screen. Let's look on X, the most negative platform ever. See if there's any information there. All right. From an hour ago, Charlie Kirk is dead. No sympathy from me, whoever this person is. Charlie Kirk says gun deaths, unfortunately, worth it to keep Second Amendment. So this person is trying to shove it in his face. Let me click on Charlie Kirk and see if anything more pops up. More people celebrating it. These people deserve our thoughts and prayers, not the scum. Charlie Kirk. How about somebody tracks these people down and do the same thing? Again, are they going to bring in new laws to go after the people that are not grieving or empathizing for Charlie Kirk, that are making fun of it or whatever? Again, that's another way for them to bring in laws. Gosh, this political shit is pissing me off. Charlie Kirk died from the same guns he has been advocating for. Power of the tongue. Why is this on my timeline? That being said, a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. Why kill him over speeches you disagree with? Our world needs hearing. Me liking every tweet about Charlie Kirk. Wow. All right, this is probably a conspiracy theorist. Caesar, breaking. Israelis just shot Charlie Kirk like he was a Palestinian. Oh my goodness gracious. This X is the worst platform ever, dude. Shady Luna, fact number 97. Jin Sol just turned 32, something Charlie Kirk was unable to do. America has lost its freaking empathy and its fucking heart. And they use these platforms as a vagueness to get away with it. It was just a joke. It's just sarcasm. Yeah, I don't mean it. We are no longer a God-fearing country. We no longer have empathy for anybody that disagrees with us or whatever the case may be. We no longer have empathy for human fucking life. All life. Even the evil bitches. I have people that I consider evil, podcasters and people like that, you know, make me the brunt of their joke, make me their locale constantly. Do I honestly wish harm on them? No. I hope for reconsideration where they can become an empathetic person and not be harassing or bullying or whatever they do, aggressive. I don't want anything to take a life away from anybody, health or otherwise. Life is beautiful. Life is precious. Satan has truly taken over this fucking world. This is really sad. All right, disband, outlaw, the party of murder. Oh, I don't know. The Catholic Crusade. Oh my goodness gracious. Ugh, I can't do this much longer, yo. This shit gets to me. It's not funny for anybody. It's not funny at all. Oh, but you're a conspiracy theorist. You're, you know, looking for clues. You're being like an FBI detective. Yeah, because I'm looking for lies. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for death on people. I'm looking for lies. That lied to us, the media, this. That's what I'm looking for. Apparently that's his family, huh? So he would be considered probably a Christian family man with a boy and a girl, maybe. Yeah. And they're applauding an assassination of a man, not only a Christian man, because they don't agree with his values or opinions. No wonder the world is unhinged. We are no longer a God-fearing country. We are no longer empathetic toward regular people, and this is really, really sad. But still, as a conspiracy theorist, I want to know, is this manipulated? Was this planned? Who are the evil actors? What laws are they going to bring in? What crackdowns? What censorship is going to happen? I want to know. I want to know. All right, I can't look at this anymore, y'all. I got to get this off screen. I don't know why my timeline is filled with all this negativity. Let me put on Instagram. I saw this post from a conspiracy theorist person a little earlier. I didn't really get a chance to look at it completely, but let's see what it is. Let's see if I can get it on screen. And did you guys just notice that Bill Gates was hanging out with Donald Trump at a press conference or a meeting the other day? They're all in the same fucking club. They're all in the same fucking club. All of these evil fucking people making a turning point in the USA, especially around 9/11. All right, what does this say? Charlie Kirk was reportedly shot and killed the day before 9/11, his 32nd birthday. The numbers again. It's 33 days after 9/11. Wow, Charlie Kirk's birthday is 33 days after 9/11. And I told you guys, they call it the 24th anniversary of 9/11, but it's actually, you don't count the first year as an anniversary. So this would be 23 years later. Wouldn't it be? Is my math that bad? It's probably that bad. But 23 years ago, oh no, it would be 24. No, it would be 24. All right, I'll leave that theory. But his 30, I'll leave that theory off right now because I've been proven wrong. But his 32nd birthday is 33 days after 9/11. The highest level in Masonry is 32. 33 being the highest honorary degree. They also use the number 88 a lot in these type of events. And again, this is the 24th anniversary. 4 times 2 is 8. Interesting. I just like doing that in my head. I'm not saying I know for sure that this is psychological warfare. My spirit tells me it is. And this has been my guide for many years. It's definitely psychological warfare. I can say without a shadow of a doubt that this is also psychological warfare. The Alex Jones lawsuit was psychological warfare against people that talked about conspiracies and Sandy Crooks. And this is now psychological warfare for people like Candace Owens, Steven Crowder, the alternate media, the MAGA media that they want to call it. This is definitely psychological warfare that's going to scare everybody, bring in new laws, new censorship. And then if we have technically the ultimate madman, the dictator that's controlling everything in Donald Trump, if he is that guy, if he is the Antichrist or the next Satan or whatever they're calling him, this now adds to his fuel. He was possibly assassinated and killed, and he lived. Now one of his people that he believes in helped get him elected has now been assassinated. Trump is at war. That dude is turning, and I don't want to say evil because some people think he's doing the right things. But look, if any time a villain was created from the media or from the public, like in the superhero movies, Donald Trump is now that villain. And now he is living into that villainry. So he is technically becoming himself the villain, the Antichrist, whatever you want to say, bringing in the new laws and all this other stuff. And he is not being grown from himself naturally, unless he was born that way by the grace of Satan. But now, we, the public, whoever the people that are against him, are possibly creating the villain that they want to get out of office. They are creating it with these type of events and psychological warfare and all that other stuff. Really, really interesting. Now, are we going to have more vigilantism in the streets? Because now the National Guard is going out supposedly to save America and its policing and its police force. Are we going to start having actual vigilante superheroes that we have in movies around our streets, using guns, using the Second Amendment before it's gone? And is the ministry of truth going to be resurrected in the next 5 to 10 years, where they erase all the true history of America? Because remember, America and history is only written by the victors. Yeah, you're exactly right. He could also be the person that is possibly trying to save the American values that we all thought were here. I forgot where you wrote that. I couldn't see it again. Again, I don't know which way this is leaning. I don't have all the truth. But this is very fascinating and scary to say the least. And yeah. Guys, I'm going to have to do some more information, look up some more conspiracy videos to get a full picture of what a possible conspiracy might be with this exact event. But for now, I'm just going to say, no matter what has happened or is happening, now is the moment you need to reach for God or spirituality or loving and empathy and grace, because we are being divided. We are being angered at every point in turn. And this is scary and evil. No matter what side of the fence you are on, if you're applauding his death and his shooting, that means you're scary and evil as well to me. And if you're scared because of the evil that went after and killed him, that's scary as well. If it's a possible conspiracy with the Israelis taking him out because he went against Israel, that's scary and evil as well. If it's the government or propagandas or hoaxes or false flags to bring in new laws and new this, that's also scary as well. So everything involved in this event is scary as heck. Reminder, hug your family, hug your kids, hug everybody around you. And let me be honest with you. If you're conspiracy motivated like I am, even if you're politically motivated, turn off the news. Live life. Life is not in TV. Life is not in the news. Unplug. Unplug. Because this rabbit hole that this entire world is on is not a good rabbit hole. We're at war. It may be World War III. It may be a holy war. It may be a spiritual war. It may be a culture war. It may be a race war. But we are all at war and surrounded by war. So take that shit out of your surroundings as best as possible. I'm preaching to the choir. I'm preaching to the choir. Are we going to have moments of silence at football games in the next couple days for Charlie Kirk? I doubt it. But they had moments of silence for other people that were killed. And they say that they take no political points. We're not on any side of the fence. We're actually fence sitters. There's a lot of division that's going to come out of this. Try to avoid it. Try not to believe in it. Try to stay away from that shit, okay? For your sanity, for my sanity, for the world's sanity. Am I pro or anti Charlie Kirk? What does that matter? A human being lost their life. What does that matter? It's people like you, lockjaw, that want to divide people and keep them fighting. That's the point. But I love you, lockjaw. I hope you can avoid all this negativity. Brent Mania, I love you as well. And I don't know when the Sam Tripoli Tinfoil Hat podcast that I was on earlier will come out, but I will be sure to post about it or retweet it or Instagram it or whatever the words are. So hopefully you guys can watch it. I had a good time on it. I was proud to be on that show because I am a proud conspiracy theorist and truther. And I'm tired of being afraid of asking questions. They want to cancel everybody. They want to arrest people. They want to sue them for billions of dollars for asking questions. You know, like Alex Jones. They want to claim defamation, whatever it's called, for $2 billion just for talking. And that all goes back to freedom of speech. Charlie Kirk was possibly killed for his speech, for his opinions. Alex Jones was sued for billions of dollars, for his speech, for his opinions. They are coming after the Constitution in so many ways. And it's working. Little by little, it's working. We are no longer the America that we once believed in. We are a corporation built on dollars, corruption, and control. I'm proud to be an American. Well, at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave this right to me. And I'll proudly stand up next to you and say it with glee. There ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the United States of America Corporation. I don't know what we are anymore. I grew up on those values, and those values are nowhere to be seen in all things. Very, very scary. Very, very scary. If we are in a simulation, I want to go back to the 80s or the 90s. It was better back then. I am your truther number 12, and this 9/11 is truly turning out to be a major turning point in the United States of America. Prayers to Charlie Kirk and his family, and hopefully the people that did commit this heinous crime is outed. But I'm still going to try to figure out if it's real or fake, because I don't know anymore. I am so dumb and blinded by everything. I'll see you on the next podcast. Thanks for tuning in today. I love you all. Justin, Ezra, Brent, everybody online. Lockjaw, have a beautiful day. And hopefully there are brighter and better days ahead. Good night, y'all.
Are we crazy? Are we insane? What these chemicals do to our brain? Is it just another media lie? Your truth seekers always ask why. Shut your mouth and hear our word. You dumb sheep, get back in the herd. Alternate universes, metal aliens. When does our truth of reality begin? The Bible says we're at the end. Welcome to the Happy Alien Podcast, my friends. We'll take you where the journey never ends. Welcome to the Happy Alien Podcast, my friends. We go down rabbit holes, seek out facts, we conspire to get truth and have some laughs. It's Conspiracy 101, school in class. Open your third eye, will matrix your ass. When does our truth